Welcome to our journey into one of the most enigmatic events in modern history. In 1901, two English women, Charlotte Ann Moberly and Eleanor Jourdain, visited the Palace of Versailles. What was meant to be a simple tour turned into a perplexing experience that still baffles historians and enthusiasts alike. As they wandered through the gardens, they claimed to have witnessed scenes from the 18th century, including people in period clothing, long-gone buildings, and an atmosphere that felt disturbingly out of time. Did these two women really experience time travel? Or was it all a figment of their imagination? To truly understand the Versailles Mystery, we must first get to know the two women at the heart of this perplexing tale. Charlotte Ann Moberly was the daughter of a bishop and the first principal of St. Hugh's College in Oxford. Eleanor Jourdain was her assistant, a scholar with a keen interest in medieval studies. Both women were highly educated, well respected in their fields, and known for their rationality. In August 1901, they decided to visit the Palace of Versailles during a holiday in France. They were drawn to the historical significance and beauty of the site, much like any curious traveler. Little did they know, their visit would lead them into an extraordinary experience that would captivate the world. Their backgrounds and reputability made their story all the more intriguing. These were not women prone to flights of fancy. They were intellectuals, grounded in the academic rigor of their time. When they reported their strange encounter, it drew significant attention and sparked debates among historians, psychologists, and the general public. As we continue to explore the Moberly Jourdain incident, keep in mind the credibility of these women and the era they lived in. Their story is not just a ghostly tale, it's a historical puzzle that challenges our understanding of time and reality. Now, let's dive deeper into the mystery and explore whether these two women really experienced a time slip or if there were other explanations at play. As Charlotte Moberly and Eleanor Jourdain strolled through the enchanting gardens of Versailles on that fateful August day in 1901, they couldn't have anticipated the bizarre experience awaiting them. The sun was shining, and the air was filled with the scent of blooming flowers, a seemingly perfect day for a leisurely walk. However, as they wandered deeper into the gardens, an eerie atmosphere began to envelop them. The first oddity they noticed was the sudden stillness, like a pause in time. The usual hustle and bustle of tourists seemed to fade away, leaving an almost supernatural silence. As they continued, they encountered people dressed in elaborate 18th century attire, as if they had stepped onto the set of a historical film. Men in powdered wigs and women in flowing gowns glided past them, seemingly oblivious to the two modern-day visitors. The vividness of the scene was striking. The colors were more vibrant, the air felt thicker, and the sounds, though muted, seemed to come from another era. It was as if the gardens had transformed into a living tableau of the past. Then, something even more astonishing happened. As they approached the Petit Trianon, they saw a woman sketching on a stool. She wore a large white hat and a pale green dress, and her presence exuded an aura of authority and grace. They later came to believe this woman was none other than Marie Antoinette herself. The encounter was brief, but it left an indelible mark on their memories. The experience was so vivid and so odd that it felt more like a dream than reality. Yet, both women were certain of what they had seen. Their walk through the gardens of Versailles had turned into a journey back in time, a moment where the past and present seemed to collide. As we ponder this extraordinary tale, we must ask ourselves, did Charlotte and Eleanor truly experience a time slip, or was it a trick of the mind? The vividness and oddness of their experience continue to captivate and perplex us to this day. As we delve deeper into the mysterious experience of Charlotte Moberly and Eleanor Jourdain, several theories emerged to explain their extraordinary encounter. First, This idea suggests that the two women were momentarily transported back to the 18th century. Could there be places on Earth where the fabric of time is thin, allowing for brief glimpses into another era? Some believe that certain locations, like Versailles, may hold the key to unlocking these temporal anomalies. Next, we explore the. Could this have been a shared hallucination or a misinterpretation of ordinary events? Stress, suggestion, and even the power of belief can create incredibly vivid experiences. Did Charlotte and Eleanor's expectations and the historical ambiance of Versailles trigger a collective vision of the past? Then, we have the. Was their experience a ghostly encounter or something else supernatural? Some argue that the gardens of Versailles, with their rich history and emotional resonance, might be a hotspot for paranormal activity. Could the spirits of the past still linger in the present, offering fleeting glimpses to those who wander by? Each theory offers a unique lens through which to view this enigmatic event. Whether it was a true time slip, a psychological phenomenon, or a brush with the paranormal, the story of Charlotte Moberly and Eleanor Jourdain continues to captivate and intrigue us. So, what do you believe? Were they time travelers, victims of a psychological trick, or witnesses to a supernatural event? The mystery endures, inviting us to ponder the boundaries of reality and the secrets of the past. To better understand the mysterious encounter of Charlotte Moberly and Eleanor Jourdain, we need to step back into the 18th century, the era they claimed to have witnessed. Versailles, a symbol of opulence and power, was at its peak during this time. The palace, with its grand halls and meticulously manicured gardens, was the heart of French aristocracy. Marie Antoinette, the last queen of France before the French Revolution, often retreated to her private estate within Versailles. Known for her extravagant lifestyle and controversial decisions, she became a central figure in the court's daily life. The descriptions given by Moberly and Jourdain closely align with this historical context. They spoke of seeing people dressed in period-appropriate attire, such as tricorn hats and powdered wigs, and encountering a woman sketching, believed to be Marie Antoinette herself. Even the ambiance they described, with its sense of an earlier time, matches the historical details of the 18th century Versailles. This alignment raises more questions than answers. How could two women from the 20th century so accurately describe scenes from over 100 years prior? Was it a coincidence, a well-constructed illusion, or something far more inexplicable? As we ponder these questions, the historical backdrop of Versailles provides a critical lens through which we can better understand the enigmatic experience of Moberly and Jourdain. After returning from their extraordinary experience at Versailles, Charlotte Moberly and Eleanor Jourdain were left with a story that defied conventional understanding. They decided to document their experience in a detailed account, which they later published in a book titled An Adventure in 1911. Their publication did not go unnoticed. It quickly became a subject of heated debate, eliciting both skepticism and curiosity from the public and academic circles alike. Critics were quick to dismiss their story as a fabrication or a case of shared delusion. They pointed to the lack of physical evidence and the possibility of suggestibility or hallucination. Many argued that the women's detailed descriptions could have been the result of subconscious influences, drawing on their extensive knowledge of history and literature. On the other hand, there were those who supported Moberly and Jourdain's account, intrigued by the consistency and specificity of their descriptions. Some suggested that their experience could be an instance of time slip, a phenomenon where individuals purportedly travel through time without any technological aid. This theory, while controversial, added an element of mystery and wonder to their story. The publication of An Adventure not only brought attention to the Versailles incident, but also sparked discussions on the nature of time, perception, and reality. It remains a fascinating case study, prompting readers to question the boundaries of what we consider possible. As we delve deeper into the mystery, we must consider the varied reactions to their account and the enduring fascination it holds. Was their experience a mere figment of imagination or a genuine glimpse into the past? The debate continues, leaving us to ponder the true nature of their adventure. As we dive deeper into the mystery of the Versailles time slip, it's essential to consider the perspectives of both skeptics and believers. Modern-day interpretations of this event continue to fuel the debate. On one side, skeptics argue that the incident can be explained through psychological phenomena. They suggest that Moberly and Jourdain's experience could have been a case of shared delusion or hallucination, possibly influenced by their knowledge of Versailles' history. Cognitive biases, such as the power of suggestion and confirmation bias, may have played a significant role in shaping their perceptions. Furthermore, the lack of physical evidence and the possibility of confabulation, where memories are distorted by various factors, add weight to the skeptics' arguments. Conversely, there are those who firmly believe in the authenticity of the time slip. They point to the consistency and specificity of Moberly and Jourdain's descriptions, which include details that were not widely known at the time. Supporters argue that these elements lend credibility to their account and suggest that they may have genuinely experienced a temporal anomaly. Some proponents even draw parallels to other reported cases of time slips, arguing that such phenomena, while rare, could offer glimpses into different eras. The debate between debunking and believing persists, with each side presenting compelling arguments. Ultimately, the truth behind the Versailles time slip remains elusive, leaving us to ponder the possibilities. Is it a mere coincidence of psychological factors, or did Moberly and Jourdain truly step back in time for a brief moment? The mystery endures, captivating our imagination and challenging our understanding of reality. As we reach the end of our journey through the enigmatic Versailles time slip, we're left with more questions than answers. The experiences of Charlotte Moberly and Eleanor Jourdain have sparked a century-long debate, intertwining history, psychology, and the supernatural. Were these two women mere victims of their minds playing tricks on them, or did they stumble upon a genuine portal to the past? The vividness of their account, coupled with the eerie details that align with 18th century Versailles, continues to baffle and intrigue us. Reflecting on this mystery, it's clear that the human desire to understand the unknown is as strong as ever. Perhaps the true significance of the Versailles time slip lies not in finding a definitive answer, but in the way it challenges us to think beyond the confines of our reality. So, what do you think? Do you believe Moberly and Jourdain experienced time travel, or was it something else entirely? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's unravel this mystery together.